go and check what I got here for a spot to check. You always get a smart beaver that's going to outsmart you. Doesn't matter how smart you are. There's always one smarter than you, and he's gonna play tricks with you. And this is the challenge. This is the whole challenge about trapping. Who is the smartest? I or the animal? And as long as I've been trapping, I'd say it's a 50-50. So I'm not going to say I'm smarter than the animal. The name of the game is, can I outsmart him? And that's what I'm trying to do. My name is C.J.Landry from Pomquet, Nuisance wildlife trapping. Sometimes it's a lot of fun, other times you can run into other problems. Beavers, now there was no more wood here, and there's wood up above there. What he's going to do, he's going to put dams all the way up this brook. So to keep enough water so that he can, if a predator comes, he's in the water. That's the reason for the dams, is to hold water, their food, and protection. That's why they make the dam. Their dam is there for protection. Now what they do in the fall, they cut all the trees and haul them up beside your house. That's their food storage for the winter. What's happening? They're overpopulated. What makes them overpopulated? There is hardly nobody trapping now anymore. That's one reason. Two, there is a lot of forestry done around here. A beaver will not live in mature forest. The wood is too big for him. Where the forestry goes through, they cut out the wood. It's all new shoots coming out. Most of the areas, it's poplar and ash. Which poplar is the beaver's main diet. He's got all these new shoots to feed on. So he's got a smorgasbord, in other words. They destroy a lot of wood. Instead of pick the choice trees, the ones that you want to keep, those are the ones he's going to cut. Scrubby looking tree, he won't touch it neither.
And they're not an endangered species?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. Like one of my friends told me. God's sakes, he said, don't leave water in the bathtub overnight because you'll have one in there. Back in the woods and forestry roads and that, beavers are great to have there. Because they make a dam, they got it flooded, it's all right. But if you ever have a forest fire, there's your resource of water that's close to the fire, which is good. Beavers has 2, 3, sometimes 4. Them kits will stay with them till next year. Then next spring they'll have another family. And usually in the fall, some of them might stay for another year in the group if there's enough food. If not, they will move and find a mate and start another dam. I might put one up the brook, put one on both sides here. About a 50-50 chance we could. If they traveled last night, we could have one.
One?
Yep. One for the beaver. Beaver. That would be a last year's kit. Last year's kit. It is small, but you can get just the same price for a small one as a big one. It's all according how prime that fur is. Once I get them, I'll take them home, skin them, save the pelts. They go to an auction, hope for the best. Like, I'm a nuisance trapper. I'm catching nuisance, which is causing problems. Highway, I get a lot for the highway. They're causing a lot of problems for the highway. Yes, there's another one. Them bottom teeth here are just like a razor. He can work underwater, cutting with his teeth, but the water don't go in his mouth. There's like a double, the lip closes behind his, the incisor teeth.
How many do you figure you've trapped in your day?
3 years ago, I got 108 one season. Another beaver. I would definitely say it's up in thousands, 2,000. You got a whole colony here, you got 2, 3 families, I think. That's a small one. So that's not too bad. 4 traps, 4 beaver.
How did you first get involved in trapping?
In trapping, well, when I went to school, I didn't know at the time, but I had took a stroke when I was an infant. And of course, when I went to school, I didn't know about it, nobody knew about it. I had hard times learning, especially those 2 or 3 subjects like English and science and spelling. I just couldn't do it. The more I tried, the worse I got. And I couldn't write. I can write, but it was scribbling, in other words, because I was supposed to be right-handed. Then I had to shift to my left hand. But at the time, there wasn't such things as children with handicap. There wasn't such a thing as handicap. It was either you were smart or you were stupid. And I was qualified as stupid. So, teacher made fun of me, called my writing crow tracks, taking my writing stuff and showing in front of class, laughing at it, and get the kids to laugh at it, which that didn't encourage me much to go to school. So when just before Christmas we had our exams, well, she said, Charlie, we're starting our exams next week. She said, you can stay home and set some rabbit snares. So I listened to her. I stayed home. That was the end of the school for me. And I got into this. And this is what I've been doing off and on ever since.
Pretty damn good at it from what we see.
Well, I might be good, but I'm still learning. Doesn't matter how old you are, you're always going to, every time you go out there, you're going to learn something new. And I believe these animals are learning too. Hey, we have fox. This is all fox. There's a wildcat, or a bobcat, or whatever you want to call them. This is your fisher. My otters over there. And here is muskrats. Inside out. Now this is your mink. Now here's the coyotes. Coyote, the regular western coyote, what they call the coyote, is supposed to have teeth that are tight, like this. These things, look how they're curved.
Yeah.
They are got the same type of teeth as a wolf,
That's
which they are, part wolf.
Do you ever get static from these animal rights people? Do you ever run into that?
I did a few times, and most of the time, I found it very interesting because I sat down with them and I explained my thing, the way I worked it. And about 70% of them, it kind of changed their mind in this business. They figured we were just out there killing for the pleasure. I had one couple from England that asked me if you had 5 beavers or 5 raccoons. He said, how many of them would you keep? 1? I said, no. I said, we keep them all. I said, we have to take them out. So I said, you don't want to really let it go to waste. So we use the pelts and we ship it. Oh, well, he said, these animal rights have been telling us that these trappers in Canada only keep 20%. The other 80% is thrown into the woods. Just left there, just kept the best. I said, I don't know. There might be some like that, but especially the people that I know are not like that. Otherwise, for a coyote, for example, well, nobody eats a coyote. I know I wouldn't. I don't think there's too many would. But the bald eagles just love them. So in other words, in the wintertime, I'm feeding the bald eagles with them. So it works out okay. Well, today we're planning on taking the dam apart. Usually you don't take dams apart unless the beavers are nuisance beavers, which cause problems, which sure they block the road and everything and cause a lot of damage. Well, if you don't take the dam down, next beaver comes along, swims up this brook and says, wow, here's a brand new home for me, everything's built up, ready to move in. And I'm moving in. And you'll have more problems down the road. I don't know how long I'm going to go, but I'm going to keep going as long as I can. It's enjoyable. Some people don't care for it, but I enjoy it.